Mish, where the East meets the Midwest, prepare to embark on a culinary journey that will transport you to the heart of the Levant without ever leaving Louisville. Mish is a Mediterranean masterpiece that's got the locals flocking like moths to a flame. From the moment you step into the cozy confines of Mish, you'll feel like you stumbled into a secret society of foodies. The atmosphere is all about vibes, chill, chic, and a little bit spicy. Now, let's talk food. Oh boy, where to even begin? Picture this, small plates so generous they could feed a small army, each one a symphony of flavors that will make your taste buds dance the lambada. Must-tries include the hot chicken, cauliflower, and falafel. They're so good, even the most ardent meat eaters will find themselves reaching for seconds. But hold up, folks. Don't let the small plates fool you. The entrees at Mish are not to be trifled with. The shrimp is so succulent, it'll make you question the existence of sea gods. And the black cod, well, let's just say it's the kind of dish that would make Poseidon himself jealous. Now, about that service. Picture a team of waiters and waitresses who are so patient, kind, and knowledgeable, they could teach a class on Zen culinary arts. They'll guide you through the menu like a personal orchestra, helping you curate a meal that will leave you purring like a satisfied cat. But be warned, dear diners, this place is so popular, you'll need to make a reservation sooner than a politician's promise. And if you do decide to grace Mish with your presence, be prepared for a dining experience that's as vibrant, flavorful, and unforgettable as the Levantine cuisine itself. So there you have it, folks. Mish, where the food is divine, the atmosphere is electric, and the service will make you question why you've ever eaten at any other restaurant before. Just don't forget to book your table early. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you for it. Harvey's, where cheese dreams come true. Imagine a world where cheese reigns supreme. A place where every bite tantalizes your taste buds and every sip transports you to culinary heaven. That place is Harvey's in Louisville. I mean, seriously, these folks took their cheese game from the streets to a brick-and-mortar sanctuary, elevating the art of fromage to new heights. And let me tell you, their char siu pork and corn ribs are like a symphony of sweet and savory that will make your taste buds dance a jig. But wait, there's more. Their toasty and chips are like a divine intervention for your hunger pangs. It's comfort food amped up to the max, like a cashmere blanket for your stomach. Now, let's talk ambience. Harvey's is like a bohemian dream, with return light fixtures winking at you and plants whispering secrets in your ear. It's the perfect spot for a cozy date or a night of laughter with your squad. The staff. The staff. They're like culinary wizards who guide you through the menu like a sommelier through a wine cellar. You'll feel like royalty, even when you're just ordering a humble sandwich. Oh, and their cocktails. Prepare to be sloshed in the most delicious way possible. I highly recommend the She Dreams in Cashmere, a magical potion that will make you forget all your troubles. In conclusion, Harvey's is not just a restaurant, it's a cheese lover's paradise, a gastronomic adventure, and a place where even the most jaded diner will leave with a smile and a satisfied belly. So what are you waiting for? Head on over and let the cheese-induced bliss commence. Breakfast AF in Louisville is the breakfast joint that serves up the groovy grub that'll make you want to dance the Macarena, even before your first cup of joe. With a staff that's as enthusiastic as a puppy with a new chew toy, you'll be greeted with smiles that could light up a disco ball. Their menu is like a greatest hits album of breakfast classics, but with a twist that'll make your taste buds sing. Think spam breakfast sandwiches that'll make Elvis do a double take, and empanadas that'll transport you to the streets of Buenos Aires. The coffee, while not as flashy as a Vegas showgirl, is solid and will get you going like a rocket. But be warned, their 8 fresh squeezed orange juice is like liquid gold, but at that price, it might make you want to break into a bank to pay for it. The atmosphere is like a cozy cabin in the mountains, but with Wi-Fi and trendy decor. You can even bring your furry friend along, because who doesn't love a dog-friendly breakfast spot? So, if you're looking for a breakfast that'll make you smile, dance, and maybe even rob a bank. Just kidding. Well, mostly. Then breakfast AF is the place for you. Just remember to skip the orange juice unless you're prepared to live on ramen for the rest of the month. Doc Crow's, where the bourbon flows like the Ohio and the food is fit for a king, at least for Bill Burr. Listen up, folks. If you're looking for a place in Louisville where you can get your grub on and knock back some of Kentucky's finest bourbon, then saddle up and mosey on over to Doc Crow's. Now, I know what you're thinking, Doc Crow's. That's like a fancy pants joint where they charge an arm and a leg for a piece of lettuce. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. Doc Crow's is anything but hoity-toity. It's a down-to-earth place where you can roll up your sleeves, dig into some seriously good food, and belly up to the bar for a drink that'll make you forget your troubles, or at least make them a little bit easier to bear. Their menu, my friends, is a work of art. You got your traditional southern fare like fried chicken, ribs, and barbecue that'll make your taste buds sing like a choir. And let's not forget their seafood, which is so fresh, it'll make you think you're down at the dock with the fishermen themselves. But if you're a purist like me, then you better order the BBQ sampler. Holy smokes, it's a feast for the senses. I am talking pulled pork that's so tender, it'll melt in your mouth like a Southern Belle's heart. Brisket that's juicy and flavorful, with a nice, smoky kick. And chicken that's so moist and succulent, you'll wonder if it's from a real chicken or a magical bird that lays eggs of pure flavor. Now, about that bourbon. Doc Crow's got a collection that'll make your head spin. They got bottles from every corner of Kentucky, from the big names like Maker's Mark and Woodford Reserve to the up-and-comers that'll knock your socks off. And their bartenders are more than happy to recommend the perfect pour for your particular tastes. Speaking of bartenders, let me say this, the staff at Doc Crow's is top-notch. They're friendly, attentive, and know their stuff. They'll keep your glass full, your belly happy, and your laughter flowing. So, if you're ever in Louisville and you're looking for a good time, head on over to Doc Crow's. You won't be disappointed. Just be sure to make a reservation, because this place is poppin'. And if you're lucky, you might even catch Bill Burr himself bellying up to the bar, chasing down some bourbon and spitting some of his legendary comedy. But remember, my friends, if you do see Bill Burr, don't tell him I sent you. He's a funny guy, but I wouldn't want to be the one to break the news that his mom has a mustache. Enso, the Japanese southern fusion that will make you say oh henso. You all ever heard of a place that's like a mashup between a Japanese sushi bar and a Mississippi Delta juke joint? Well, Enso in Louisville is just that place. Picture this, you walk in and the air is thick with the aroma of meltingly tender brisket and the tang of pickled ginger. You're greeted by a host who looks like a samurai cowboy hybrid, and you can't help but wonder what kind of culinary magic you're about to experience. The menu is like a jigsaw puzzle designed to tease your taste buds. Octopus hush puppies and cheesy mochi potatoes jump out at you, making you question if you've stumbled upon a culinary circus. But trust me, this is not a clown show, it's a gastronomic wonderland. Each dish is like a miniature masterpiece. The octopus hush puppies are crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, with a subtle hint of ocean saltiness. The cheesy mochi potatoes are like little potato dumplings filled with melted cheese and topped with a slightly sweet glaze that makes you want to reconsider your stance on sushi with mayo. But the real showstopper is the creamy scallop udon. Imagine a bowl of tender udon noodles swimming in a velvety seafood broth, topped with plump scallops and a sprinkling of puffed barley that makes you feel like you're eating a bowl of crunchy cereal for breakfast. Now, let's talk service. You'll be greeted by a cast of characters that range from samurai cowboys to friendly bartenders who act like therapists after a few too many sake bombs. The hosts are like eagle-eyed keepers, making sure you don't sneak in any extra friends without paying the cover. But hey, at least you're guaranteed a spot at the cool kids table. As for the atmosphere, it's like a cozy little speakeasy that serves ramen instead of moonshine. The low lighting sets the mood for an intimate dining experience, and the eclectic decor transports you to a world where Japanese tea ceremonies meet Southern hospitality. Oh, and the prices. They're like a well-aged fine wine, a little steep, but worth every penny once you taste it. Just don't expect to get away with ordering a couple of octopus hush puppies and a side of noodles. You're gonna want to try everything on the menu, and that can put a dent in your wallet faster than a runaway horse in a tornado. But hey, if you're looking for a culinary adventure that will leave you feeling like you've traveled to the Far East and back, and so is your destination. Just be prepared to loosen your belt, embrace the strange, and let the flavors of the American South and the land of the rising sun dance on your palate. Prepare your taste buds, folks, for an adventure where fusion meets tradition at Nami Modern Korean Steakhouse, Louisville's culinary equivalent of a witty Ricky Gervais monologue. Imagine a modern Korean BBQ experience where you can grill your own meal, if you're feeling as adventurous as a geriatric explorer in a Speedo. Or, if you prefer to leave the cooking to the pros, they've got experienced chefs who can handle it. Speaking of the menu, it's like a curated museum of Korean flavors, carefully crafted to complement their extensive beverage program. It's like a symphony for your palate, except the conductor is wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Don't be fooled, though, they know their stuff. Now, about the atmosphere, let me just say, it's the perfect blend of elegance and what is that fluorescent light doing over there? It's like dining in a luxurious hallway that's having an identity crisis. But hey, at least they have a karaoke room upstairs, which is always a guaranteed laugh, especially after a few of their likey mocktails. The food. It's a roller coaster ride of flavors, from their stellar vegetable pigeon it's like a green party in your mouth to their juicy chai bap bowl could have used a bit more fire, though. And of course, let's not forget the infamous duck, so tender it could make a tax collector shed a tear. But here's where the roller coaster takes a dip, the chicken. Imagine ordering an Uber and getting a Toyota Yaris. It's not bad, but it's not exactly what you were expecting. Overall, Nami is a culinary experience that's both amusing and satisfying. It's a place where you can enjoy a meal, laugh at the decor, and belt out your favorite tunes in the karaoke room. Just don't be surprised if you leave with a smile on your face and a slightly confused expression. After all, who needs traditional Korean when you can have modern Korean with a healthy dose of Gervais-esque humor? CASK, the southern kitchen that'll tickle your taster buds and your funny bone yawl. If you're looking for a down-home southern feast with a side of laughter, then CASK is your go-to spot. This cozy joint is like a southern storyteller's paradise, with a menu that'll make your taster buds dance and a staff that'll keep you in stitches. Let's talk about the food, shall we? The bourbon braised short rib is a straight-up masterpiece. It's so tender, you could cut it with a butter knife, and the mashed potatoes it comes with are like a warm hug from your mama on a cold day. Just be sure to bring a heavy appetite, cause this dish is not for the faint of stomach. The gumbo, honey child, is a revelation. It's like they took all the flavors of the deep south and threw 'em in a pot and let 'em simmer. The spices are perfect, and the seafood is so fresh you'll think you're down by the bayou. And don't get me started on the fried green tomato BLT. It's like a symphony of flavors, with the sweet tomatoes, the salty bacon, and the crispy lettuce all coming together to make a dish that's worthy of a standing ovation. Now, let's talk about the service. These folks are like the dream team of hospitality. They're always smiling, they're quick to refill your sweet tea, and they'll even sing you a song if you ask nicely. But wait, there's more. CASK has a bourbon selection that'll make your mouth water. And if you're not a bourbon drinker, they've got an impressive cocktail menu that'll do the trick. So gather up your kinfolk and head on down to CASK Southern Kitchen Bar. You're in for a night of Southern comfort food, laughter, and maybe even a few dance moves. Just be sure to leave room for that amazing key lime pie. Trust me, you won't regret it. Copper King's Rooftop Bar Restaurant, where the brandy flows and the laughter whips. Attention, fellow revelers. Welcome to Copper King's, the rooftop paradise where hooch and humor collide. This ain't no ordinary bar, it's a grand cosmic tapestry where the brandy inspires the cocktails and the cocktails inspire the giggles. Picture this, you step off the elevator and into a realm of swanky elegance. The air shimmers with the faint scent of absinthe, and the views from the rooftop are so breathtaking, you'll swear you're levitating. But no, my friend, that's just the brandy talking. Speaking of brandy, it's the star of the show here. From the indie creations to the classics, they've got a nectar for every palate. And let me tell you, the bartenders are like culinary sorcerers, conjuring up these concoctions that'll make you question the meaning of life, or at least your sobriety. Now, let's talk food. It's like the chef took a trip to Mount Olympus and stole the gods' secret recipes. The umami burger is a symphony of flavors, a culinary masterpiece that'll leave you drooling for days. Oh, and don't miss the pimento cheese and chips. It's so runny and sweet, you'll think you've stumbled into a Willy Wonka chocolate river. But hold on to your hats, folks. There's a catch. The service can be a bit, shall we say, unconventional. You might encounter a server who's as warm as a frozen popsicle on a winter's night. But hey, it's part of the charm. Just embrace the chaos and order another drink. And speaking of drinks, don't miss the Aperol Spritz. It's the liquid embodiment of summer, with just the right amount of fizz and bitterness to make you dance like a drunken unicorn. Now, the one downside, the rooftop area can sometimes smell like a sewage plant on a hot day. But let's be honest, it adds a certain rustic, charming touch to the whole experience. Besides, you'll be too busy sipping your brandy and soaking up the views to notice. So there you have it, dear friends. Copper King's rooftop bar restaurant, where the drinks are divine, the food is heavenly, and the service is swell. Let's just say it's an adventure in itself. But hey, who needs perfection when you have laughter? Cheers! If you're looking for a place to indulge in fine dining and sip on some of the finest bourbons in Kentucky, then head on over to Oliver's Chop House Bourbon Bar, the place that'll make you feel like you've just won the Derby. Prepare to be greeted by Carla, the server who'll make you feel like you're a regular even if it's your first time there. She'll know your wine preference and appetizer order before you even open your mouth. Carla is the real MVP of this culinary adventure. As for the food, let's start with the appetizers. The meatballs are so flavorful, they'll make your taste buds sing My Old Kentucky Home. But if you're a seafood lover, the crab cake is a must-try. It's all crab, no filler, just like a politician who actually keeps their promises. Now, on to the main course. The bone-in ribeye is cooked to perfection, and the roasted garlic on top. It's like the garlic fairy has sprinkled her magic dust on your steak. And the scallops. Oh my stars, they're so good, you'll wish there were 10 of them on your plate instead of just 5. The red pepper puree and bacon bits will have you dancing a jig of delight. Let's not forget the bread. The rolls are like little clouds of heaven, with a pretzel-like exterior and a soft, fluffy interior. But the white chocolate cashew mousse is the real showstopper. It's light, airy, and oh so delicious. It'll make you forget all about the calories and embrace your inner sweet tooth. In summary, Oliver's Chop House Bourbon Bar is a culinary oasis in the heart of Derby City. The food is top-notch, the service is impeccable, and the atmosphere is elegant yet comfortable. Just be sure to bring your appetite and your dancing shoes, because this place is worth celebrating like a champion. Prepare to sin. Lulu on Market's Bananas Frosted Cheesecake is a culinary miracle, my fellow foodies. Brace yourselves for a culinary adventure so outrageous, it'll make Joan Rivers spin in her sequined grave. Lulu on Market is a Cajun paradise that'll leave you howling for more than just bonnets. Now, let's talk about the main event, the Bananas Frosted Cheesecake. It's like a marriage made in heaven, a perfect balance of creamy cheesecake, decadent sauce, and luscious bananas. It's so addictive, even the staff is tempted to sneak a slice from the bar. But wait, there's more. The jambalaya and gumbo are also top tier, but don't sleep on the Bayou Sampler. It's like a Cajun sampler platter on steroids, featuring everything from gumbo to jambalaya to crawfish taufe. It's enough to make a foodie's heart skip a beat. Speaking of hearts, the voodoo drink is guaranteed to put a little voodoo in your step. It's a bubbling concoction that's sure to get the party started. Now, let's talk ambience. The outdoor patio is like a slice of New Orleans in the heart of Louisville. Picture yourself sipping on a voodoo while the jazz band serenades you. It's the perfect spot to pretend you're in the Big Easy without having to deal with the humidity. The only downside: the bonnets are a bit hollow. But hey, who needs bonnets when you've got Bananas Foster cheesecake? Consider yourself warned. Lulu on Market is a culinary seduction that will leave you craving more. Go forth and sin, my friends, but be prepared for the food coma that follows. La Bodeguita de Mima, where the food is spicy and the service is salty. Step into La Bodeguita de Mima, Louisville's Cuban culinary haven, where the food packs a punch and the staff gives you sauce like a sassy Cuban grandmother. Picture this: you're seated downstairs, surrounded by colorful murals and a lively atmosphere that could make even the most reserved baller break out into a salsa. The servers, a chorus of ebullient extroverts, greet you with smiles brighter than the Havana sun. But heads up, foodies. The mojitos here are like forbidden fruit. Just be warned, forbidden mojito is a fancy name for orange juice in a mojito. Not worth the extra dough, my friends. As for the food, it's a roller coaster of flavors that'll make your taste buds sing. The mojo onions are an explosive symphony of garlic that will have you dipping your Cuban bread like it's going out of style. The plantain chips are crispy delights that will make you forget all about those boring potato chips. But let's talk about the saltines. It's like the chef spilled an entire salt shaker on the Tamil vegetariano. While the flavors were on point, the salt level could have been a bit more just right. Now, onto the affogato. Prepare to be wowed by its dramatic presentation. It's like a coffee science experiment that involves dry ice and a lot of oohs and ahs. The pricing: steep as a Cuban hillside, but hey, you're paying for the experience. Just be prepared to shell out some serious paces for your culinary adventure. Overall, La Bodeguita de Mima is a vibrant and memorable dining experience. The food will tantalize your taste buds, the service will make you laugh and roll your eyes in delight, and the atmosphere will transport you to the streets of Havana. Just remember, bring a hefty wallet and a thirst for salt. Against the Grain Public House, where the beer flows like Louis Chick's jokes, and the food will make you laugh like a drunk uncle. If you're looking for a place to get your craft beer on while pigging out on some top-notch grub, this is your spot. They got a wider beer selection than a frat boy's Tinder account, and every drop is brewed with the precision of a Swiss watch. Their kitchen is like a comedy club, churning out dishes that'll have you howling like a hyena. The pretzel is a masterpiece, soft and chewy, like Chris Farley's belly in Tommy Boy. And the beer cheese. It's like a warm, gooey hug from your drunkest friend. The fried pickle chips are a party in your mouth, a perfect accompaniment to the beer that'll make you forget your name. And if you're feeling adventurous, try the cold ass beer. It's like a slap in the face with a frozen fish, but in a good way. Now about the service. Imagine a server who's as friendly as a golden retriever with a tail wag that could knock you over. They'll take care of you like you're their firstborn child, even when they're dealing with a table of Karens who think buffalo sauce is too spicy. So, next time you're in Louisville and in need of a good laugh, a great beer, and some food that'll make you question your sobriety, head to Against the Grain Public House. Just don't blame me for the hangover. Senora Arepa, where flavor and laughter collide. Prepare your taste buds for a sensory adventure like no other at Senora Arepa, the culinary oasis that's leaving Louisville locals in a state of gastronomic ecstasy and comedic relief. From the moment you step inside, you'll be greeted by an atmosphere that's as warm and welcoming as a Venezuelan abuela's hug. The DK is a visual masterpiece, featuring vibrant colors, whimsical artwork, and exposed brick that makes you feel like you've stumbled into a modern-day Frida Kahlo painting. Now, let's talk about the food. It's like a party in your mouth, featuring a tantalizing symphony of flavors that will make you forget all about your boring old taste buds. The arepas are the stars of the show, handcrafted from cornmeal and stuffed with an array of mouth-watering fillings. Each bite is like a culinary expedition to another dimension. But buckle up, folks, because the culinary fireworks don't stop there. The empanadas are a work of art. The tostadas are so crispy and flavorful you'll wonder why you ever ate chips and salsa before, and the churrasco will haunt your dreams in the best possible way. And let's not forget the drinks. The margaritas are dangerously potent. The mojitos will make you feel like you're on a beach in Havana, and the locacuda is like a horchata eggnog mudslide love child that will make you question reality. Now, about the service. It's like a well-oiled machine, except with more smiles and laughter. The servers are so attentive, they'll know what you want before you do. And the managers. They're like the concierges of the culinary world, ensuring your experience is nothing short of spectacular. Just be prepared for a little bit of a wait, because Señora Arepa is the hottest ticket in town. But trust us, the food, the atmosphere, and the hilarious commentary from your fellow diners will make the wait worth every second. So, whether you're looking for a romantic dinner, a lively night out with friends, or just a solo adventure in flavor, Señora Arepa is the place to be. Just be sure to bring your good humor and an empty stomach, because you're in for a culinary and comedic roller coaster that will have you laughing and licking your plate clean. North of Bourbon, where the good eats flow, but the bourbon ain't bathtub juice, howdy folks. Gather round and let me regale you with the tale of North of Bourbon, a culinary oasis where the grub's good enough to make my taste buds dance the Macarena. Now, I ain't no food critic, but I know a tantalizing meal when I see it. I mean, who can resist the allure of 55-day dry-aged steak that's aged longer than a boxer's career? And let's not forget the Asian noodles, so savory they'll make your chopsticks do a happy dance. But hold on there, buckaroos. This ain't no ordinary saloon. They got some libations that'll knock your socks off and make your liver sing the blues. The cocktails are so fancy, they come with their own little stories. One of them, called What Was She Thinking, is as smooth as velvet and has a mushroom wash that'll make you swear you're tripping on magic mushrooms. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the catfish may not be the most glamorous dish on the menu, but it'll fill you up like a Christmas turkey. The crab rice, though, it's about as exciting as a wet blanket. And the rabbit. Well, let's just say it was a bit on the dry side, like a desert after a hailstorm. But hey, who cares about the minor hiccups when you got such an impressive bourbon selection? They got dusties that'll make your eyes sparkle like a kid on Christmas morning. And if you ain't into the hard stuff, don't worry, they got plenty of other options to quench your thirst. The atmosphere. It's like stepping into a scene from a hip western, all exposed brick and dark wood. You can sit at the bar, or in these cozy booths that look like they were made from charred oak barrels. It's the perfect place to kick back, sip on some bourbon, and let the worries of the day melt away like a snowman on a summer day. So there you have it, folks. North of Bourbon, a culinary adventure that'll tantalize your taste buds and leave you feeling like you've stepped into a foodie's paradise. Just don't go expecting an OLA-style Cajun, or you're gonna be as disappointed as a politician who lost an election. Cheers.